All right, so welcome. We are going to dive into a very gentle flow today. And so I've got 2 giant pillows and I also have 2 blocks. So feel free to have those props around. And if you have sensitive joints, you can also have, I'm also gonna actually have a blanket nearby just in case I want to incorporate that as well for some lunging. So again, props. 2 nice big pillows. They can be bed pillows, couch pillows, 2 blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks at home, maybe some sturdy books, something to bring the floor a little closer to you, and then a blanket as well, just in case you want some gentle support for your joints. We're gonna start on our backs though. So I have my pillows set up, one on top of the other, so that I'm not lying flat to the mat. So we'll start within a seat. To get down, every time we lower, keeping in mind that there may be prenatal folks joining us, you're gonna roll to one side. And as you face one side, come down onto the elbow, lowering down, then gently roll onto your back. If you need to adjust, roll back to the side to lift and lower. But with that said, we'll get going here. Depending on how your hips feel today, your legs can be neutral, extended straight down. Your feet can be flat to the mat with knees falling into one another. Or if it's comfortable, soles of the feet touching, knees open. But if this is just providing stress on your hips, you can either move out of it or grab your blocks and plant a block under either upper thigh. We'll take hands onto the belly to start. Just bring in some connection. As you inhale, breathe into the hands on the belly. As you exhale, gently release. Taking a few breaths here. Offer yourself this time to tune in to you, your body, and how you feel. Let the eyes close if they're not already closed, and if it's uncomfortable to close your eyes, find a point to gaze at and allow the gaze to soften. And as you begin to turn inward here, with either gaze soft or eyes closed, I want you to imagine a big, white, gigantic bubble forming over your yoga mat. Nice and wide so you can expand the arms and it won't touch you. Nice and tall so you can sweep your arms overhead and it won't touch you. And imagine this giant, bright, shining bubble. And everything inside that bubble, your mat, you, the space around you, the air around you, it's all safe. Safe for you to be, to breathe, to choose what's right for you today. Feel a sense of warmth inside this giant bubble. And know that the choices that you make in this bubble are going to be what's best for you. Let the warmth from the bubble just start to reflect and feel your skin feeling just a little warmer. Let your heart start to feel a little warmer. The full body here as you take several slow, deep breaths. Full inhale, breathing in warm, comforting, soft air, and exhaling out anything that isn't serving you. Begin to find a rhythm to your breath here and maybe start to count about a 4 or 5 count. Inhale. 4 or 5 count, exhale. And all together, let's come to the bottom of this exhale and then begin a slow inhale and soft exhale. Gently start to wiggle fingers and toes. Start to extend your arms overhead for a good morning stretch as you send the legs long. If you've got blocks nearby, move the blocks aside. Reach your arms overhead. Coming into this gentle good morning stretch, you're still supported by the pillows behind you. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Bring your arms down beside you. Bend your knees, plant your feet flat to the mat. Now, if you need some extra space here, just walk your feet far from the hips. Or if you're feeling good, maybe you bend your knees up, plant your feet right next to your hips. From this grounded position, take a moment to just spread your toes, feel the connection down here. And welcome in a full inhale, breathing in this comforting space. An exhale to release any tension from your day. Send your right leg straight up and take a figure 4, right ankle over your left thigh. Now again, if you need some more space here, bring your left foot far away from your hips. And just pause for a moment. Take a slow inhale. Slow exhale. Gently go ahead and release your right foot. Plant that foot flat. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. So you can have the foot in tight if you're wanting more of an intense stretch here, or have it far from the body. Slow inhales. Slow exhales. One last breath here. Gently begin to release, and with our feet a little bit further away from the body than maybe we normally would take, bring your arms out to a T or to your goal post, and then let the arms release down. So maybe they touch, or maybe you're propped up so they're kind of hanging out. Windshield wiper your legs right and left, and I want you to move slow, like you're moving through molasses, like it's the air in your bubble is just nice and thick. Picture yourself like at the beach on a nice, warm, humid day, just lounging with the sun, just moving slow. Notice if the jaw is clenched or the forehead, and just work to soften them. I'll take maybe one more cycle of windshield wipers here. And the next time your knees fall to the right, let's go ahead and roll all the way over, pressing ourselves up. We'll meet in a upright seat. So finding a seat here, you can welcome in a block. You can sit on the block for a little bit of elevation. You can sit either with your heels behind you in hero's pose. So either heels down, knees forward, or cross-legged if you prefer. And again, if you're tight, add in that block under you or a nice big pillow or blanket. And from here, we'll take some arm sweeps. Inhale, sweep your arms up high, reaching tall, finding a little bit of energy, and then sweep your arms wide and down as you exhale. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale, arms wide and down. This round, inhale, sweep your arms up high, catch a prayer overhead, and then bring the palms to touch heart center. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. And exhale, hands heart center. Take it, pressing thumbs firm into your heart space. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart up high, tuning into you, back into that idea that this is a safe space for you to just be, letting out what you don't need to carry anymore, breathing in whatever it is you might need. So from your seat, locate your other block, or again, your book, or whatever you've got to bring the floor a little closer to you. We're gonna plant that to the left side of the mat. Plant your left hand down onto it. Sweep your right arm up to the ceiling and then reach it over for a little side body stretch. Now maybe you wanna lower the height of the block, or maybe you realize I don't even need this block. Set it aside, just bring your hand to the floor. Coming into a side body stretch here. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, bring yourself up and over. And again, maybe you grab a block, a pillow, reach your left fingers up, and then start that curve. Make sure you're getting that length up first before you tilt. Once you've started to tilt, adjust as needed. Maybe the hand can come to the ground. Nice, so we're opening up the sides of the body here. We're gonna start to flow. Bring yourself on up, inhale. Exhale, plant the hand, reach over, pause here, inhale. Exhale, lift up through center. Inhale, switching arms. Exhale as you reach, pause here for the inhale. And exhale up through center. Swapping the arms one more time, inhale. Exhale, tilt. Pause, inhale. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, arm reaches up. Exhale as we lean. Pause as you inhale. Exhale to bring yourself up. Landing upright, hands onto your legs. Maybe hands to the front of your knees. Just grip onto your thighs. Seated cow-cat. Inhale, point your tailbone back, roll your shoulders back, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, gentle round of the spine, chin to chest. 2 more, inhale, arching, gaze up. Exhale, tuck and round, curving shoulders forward. Last one, inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. Lengthen your spine up. So we've had a few different movements of the spine. We're gonna close this seated little warm up with a twist, taking an open twist variation. Take your left hand to your block and plant that behind you. Ground your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Lift your heart up high, inhale. And as you exhale, open the chest, looking back over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. And we will release and take the other side. So right hand's gonna reach back, find your block, plant it somewhere comfortable. Left hand to the inside of the thigh so you can press. Lift your heart up high, inhale, and exhale, twist. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. And then gently unwind. Let's go ahead and bring that block out front. And then swing your legs back behind you. Gently press off the block you're sitting on if you're on it, or meet me in a tabletop position, however you need. So if you're like me and you still had some pillows on your mat, take the time to remove the pillows from your mat. Now I'm gonna incorporate my blanket here. So I'm gonna bring my blanket under my knees. So I'm gonna fold it so I get some good cushioning. Blanket under knees, and shifting myself into this tabletop position. Continuing with some lateral movements. Finding a nice long spine here. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bring your right shoulder to right hip. Really stretching through the left side. Inhale through center. Exhale, left shoulder, left hip. One more time, inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right hip. Center, left shoulder, left hip. Now I'm gonna find some stillness in my upper body here. Wrapping the abdominals in and hugging them up. Pausing here, gripping into all fingertips. Swing just my hips. Imagine my tailbones, got a little flashlight on it. I'm gonna sweep that flashlight over to the right and then over to the left. Just spend some time here, sweeping back and forth. Keep hugging the core in and tune into the breath. Breathe into the back of the ribcage here. Take about 2 more cycles here. Starting to find some stillness. From our position, I'm going to move the blanket out as I tuck the toes for downward facing dog. I'm getting all tongue-tied over here. So lifting up, If moving the blanket in down dog is a little complicated for you, you can lower the knees down. But from your downward facing dog, just walk it out here nice and slow. We'll take about 2 more breaths here, really settling into this downward facing dog shape. Hips are reaching up, heels are just soft and melting down. Your knees are as bent as you need them to, and your legs can be as wide as you need them to. You need to make space for a baby. Knees can be nice and wide here. And then go ahead, soften your knees, inhale. And let's start to walk feet up to the hands here. Coming up, take your time, keep your knees as bent as you need them to. Locate your blocks, grabbing onto your blocks, take them to their highest height. And then inhale, lengthen your spine halfway. Pause here. And again, in this halfway lift, or wrap your abdominals in, hugging the core in so strong. Take a big inhale. Exhale, soften. Keep your feet at hip distance. Ground strong into your feet and press yourself all the way up to stand. Once you come upright, shoulders back, sweep your arms up. Inhale. Hands heart center as you exhale. Take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And finding a moment here for you to connect to you in this strong, tall position. Your legs are activated, grounding down. You're safe in your bubble. Take a big inhale here. Nice slow exhale. Inhale, releasing the arms down beside you. Exhale, settling. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, cactus your arms and pause here, keeping the spine upright. Start to lift your heart up and lift your gaze up to the ceiling. And then maybe you rotate your upper arms back a little bit. I know my hands are cut off. Just rotating up, just to get a little lift through the heart. Keep your waist down, completely neutral. One more breath here, just opening up the chest. Inhale, reach high. Hands heart center as you exhale. Sweep your arms high, inhale. Right arm reaches back behind you. Left fingers reach forward, coming into a twisted T here. Work to keep your hips straight, but find a gentle twist through the upper body. And I want you to notice your lower back. Drop your tailbone down, zip your abdominals up, feel that hug in. One more inhale. Twist, exhale. Arms up overhead, inhale. Left arm back, exhale. Work to keep your hips forward. Try not to arch here. Drop the tailbone down, lengthen up, inhale. Twist, exhale. Inhale, arms high overhead. Exhale, find your cactus, lifting just the heart and the gaze up. Inhale, reach up. Hands heart center, exhale. Let's take it to a forward fold. Soften your knees, bring your hands to your blocks. Lengthen your spine halfway, inhale. And then exhale, release. Continue to breathe. Step your left foot back. And then lower your left knee down to the mat. And again, I'm sorry if you want to keep that blanket down or bring it back in, feel free. Once you feel grounded, sweep your arms up high and pause right here. If you landed like me with the knee right under the hip, we're going to inch our front foot forward a little bit and then find a shift forward. Now, as you shift your hips forward, I want you to squeeze your inner thighs, feeling a nice strong activation, inner thighs hugging in, like you're trying to scooch up the mat in between your front heel, back knee. Reach your arms up high and feel strong. Front heel trying to pull back, front full leg turned on, back knee trying to scoot forward. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand back, right arm forward for a nice little open twist here. Inhale, twist, exhale. Left arm sweeps down and up, inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back, bring your chest slightly forward, really hugging your core. So we're gonna find a little bit of strength here. We've got our legs turned on, we're hugging in the core, squeezing our back, fingers reaching back. Take one more breath here. Inhale, arms sweep high, and exhale, reach for your blocks. With hands on blocks, tuck your left toes, lifting the left knee up, step up to your forward fold, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot back, lower your right knee down. Once you feel grounded, come on up, inhale, arms high. Exhale, let's take hands to heart center for a moment here while we work on this adjustment. Make sure you start to scoot that foot forward, shifting your hips forward, and then fire up your inner thighs. Front heel working to squeeze back, back knee reaching forward, trying to shorten the amount of yoga mat between your knee and heel. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, sink forward just a little bit more. You got this. Breathing into it. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right arm back for your twist here. Lift your heart up. Inhale. Twist as you exhale. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Don't stop that. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, airplane. Wrap your abdominals in. Hug the core in. Chest pulls forward. If you've got a baby in there, you're hugging that baby in nice and tight. Spine is long. Shoulder blades are squeezing in, pulling down. Inner thighs are strong. One more breath here. Inhale, arms sweep high. And then exhale, frame the front foot, grabbing onto your blocks. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, and step up, adjusting as needed. Halfway lift. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms sweep up nice and high as you come on up to stand, feeling your footing, grounding strong, and then take your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Bring your feet to the width of your mat. We're going to take something called coat sleeves here. It's just a nice way to reset. Bring your arms down beside you and sway. From the side, it looks like this. From the front, it's just a way to fully release and relax. You don't have to twist very far, just letting the arms go. Start to bring your feet back. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, hands heart center. Take a full breath here. See your bubble again. Come back to that sense of safety, sense of security. We've got just a few more standing movements to get through before we really lay down and zen out. But to start, inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale, swan dive, melt down, hands to blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Step your left foot back as you exhale. Lower your left knee down. Heel toe your right foot forward. Sweep your arms up high. Shift your hips forward here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, half splits. Maybe you grab your blocks, shift back. Hips over back knee, straighten the front leg. Now, this is not a soft half splits. We're not into that soft part of class yet. I want you to fire up the legs again. Once again, imagining you're trying to scrunch up this yoga mat. Hug the heel in. Feel your inner thighs. Engage your hamstring, engage. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Keep that strengthening going. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. You got one more. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Shift onto your right foot. Take both blocks over to the left side of the foot. Tuck your back toes, lift up and over. We're coming into a side lunge here, also called Skandasana. So staying bent into our right knee, you can either hang out here. Maybe you walk your blocks down, walk your hands down. Or if your hips really like it, you can drop down nice and low. And if you get down low, maybe you flex the front toes up. You can lift this heel, but the idea is trying to ground the heel down. So if you need to be high, stay high. If you need the heel up, keep the heel up. Here for one more breath. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Grab your trusty blocks. Press down, lift up. Come to a wide leg fold, and then sway your hips side to side here. You can keep the spine long. You do not have to invert here. If you want to, feel free. We'll be here about 3 breaths. Coming back onto hands, inhale, lengthen your spine, and then walk yourself back to a lunge at the top of the mat. Now we're keeping the back knee lifted this round. Grounding into back toes, front foot, squeeze your inner thighs. Big press up here. Inhale, arms sweep high. Into your high crescent lunge. Bring awareness to your lower back. Make sure that you're not giving in to just releasing the belly, Try to drop the tailbone down. If you gotta bend that back knee, go for it. Take a big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Swivel the back heel down, open up, sink into it. Tuning into your bubble. Feel how strong you are here. Your feet are grounding down. Inner thighs are squeezing in. Abdominals are zipped up. Fingers are reaching long. Shoulders roll back and down. Maybe you want to take a couple shoulder rolls. You can find stillness and strength in addition to being soft. Upper body, while the fingers are reaching, you're still light. You're still lifted. Heart's lifting, chin lifts. But you're still strong and grounded and stable. You're not going anywhere. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Flip the right palm. Inhale, right arm high. Reverse your warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right forearm today onto the thigh and reach your left arm long overhead. Extended side angle, sinking your hips as low as is comfortable. And if you want, you can always bring in a block and reach your hand down, but try not to take it too low today. Hug your inner thighs in. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten the right leg here. Give some relief to that hip as you reach your right arm up and back. And exhale, warrior two. Body is upright, fingers reach long. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep your left arm down, coming into our lunge. Pick up the back heel, adjust as needed, squaring the hips. Wiggle around if you need to. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Step your left foot up. Take a forward fold here. Sway your hips. We'll meet in a malasana before we come into the other side. That's your yogi squat. You're going to heel toe your feet to the width of the mat. Turn your toes out. And then just sway yourself down here. Just working yourself all the way down. Maybe you'll keep swaying. Maybe you want to sit on a block here. You can bring a block to any height. Both blocks down. Or just one, just hang out. If the floor is too low, if it's even too much to come down to here, grab a chair, bring that chair in, sit on the chair, and just breathe into it. If it's comfortable to allow your eyes to close, envision your bubble once again. Bring in that warmth of the bubble, bring in that comfort, that safe space. You got about one more big deep inhale. Full exhale. All right, here's the hard transition. If you're sitting on your blocks, you have to adjust so that you can grab the blocks. So engage your inner thighs, zip up the core, press down to lift up, remove the blocks, plant them out in front of you. And then bringing your feet back together. Take a nice big inhale, half lift. And exhale, step your right foot back and lower your right knee down. So again, if you want a blanket in there, feel free. Lowering the knee down, scooch your left foot forward, and then squeezing those inner thighs. We don't want to get soft and dump and sink our weight down. We want to stay strong. Sweep your arms up high. Very nice. Shifting your hips forward, keeping that engagement going. Nice big inhale here. Nice big exhale, sink a little deeper. One more inhale, half splits. Grab your blocks as you exhale, shift your hips back. Now back hip, both hips to stack over your back knee. Drive your left heel down and hug the heel in. So you're really engaging your hamstrings here. You're firing up the muscles. You're getting nice and long through the spine, wrapping your abdominals in nice and tight. Slow inhale. Full exhale. Got about two more. One more big deep breath here. Really squeeze those inner thighs in. And then start to shift onto your left foot. Take your blocks to the inside of the left foot. Start to tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and rotate your hips to the side. Coming into our side lunge, Skandasana. Toes turn out as you send the hips over. You can adjust your blocks, walking your way down as you sink lower and lower until one day maybe you just bring it on down. You can moving these pillows so you can see my feet. Flex the toe of the long extended leg back if you feel supported and you're grounded. If you're staying higher up for this, just keep the foot flat. One more full breath here. Ground your blocks down. Pressing up to a wide leg fold. Heel toe your feet in as you need and sway your hips side to side. I'm not going to hang out with my butt towards you the whole time, so I'll just turn to the side here. So stay facing the direction you are facing, and you can keep hands under blocks to keep the spine nice and long. If it feels nice, you can always release down, taking any variation, swaying side to side, just being still. Shoulders, you can interlace fingers and take a shoulder stretch. We'll take about 2 more breaths here. And if you're starting to feel like there's just too much weight pulling you down, get that activation back in. Wrap your abdominals in, squeeze your inner thighs. All right, find a nice long spine, take a big inhale, and exhale. Walk your blocks to the top of your mat, coming into a lunge here, grounding into your feet, hug your inner thighs, and press down. Inhale, arms sweep high. Make the adjustments you need, dropping your tailbone down, wrapping your core in. Big inhale. Warrior 2, exhale, swivel the back heel down and open up. Take a few moments to feel your strength. And I can't emphasize that enough. Just give yourself this time on your mat, no matter how you feel throughout the rest of your day or how you felt so far in the day, feel your strength here because you've got it. Feet are grounding, inner thighs squeezing, abdominal spine lengthening, fingers stretching, shoulders back. Take an inhale. Big exhale. 2 more. Right hand to right thigh. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Reverse warrior light. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches long. If it's too much, stay as high as you need to. You can bring the hand down. Hand down on the thigh, not the ground, unless you want. One more breath. Inhale, reverse triangle. So we're straightening the leg. We're gonna feel a little bit of relief here in the hip, reaching up and back. Exhale, are out to warrior 2, bending back into the knee. Now from your warrior 2, you have to adjust to face the front of the mat. Once again, adjusting your back heel high, arms sweep up, finding that grounding down. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, plant the palms down, step the back foot up, hips sway side to side. Let's come into one more malasana. Bring your feet nice and wide, swaying down. Maybe you take this one a little bit deeper, maybe you take this one a little bit higher. Let the hips open. And if you want, we'll take a twist here. If you're not feeling that opening again, then feel free to just stay right in your malasana. All right, with one block under you or staying in the balance, take your other block under the left hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm high. And just really open here. Slight arch through the upper spine, lifting your heart high. Inhale. Exhale, release and swap sides. Take your block under your right hand, reach your left arm high. Big inhale here. Exhale to release. Coming back to a forward fold, ground down into your hands on the floor or a block as you press up, hugging in your core. Get long through the spine. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt down. Rounding into the feet, rise, sweep your arms high. Take a big inhale at the top. Exhale, hands heart center. Take a moment to take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Feel your body, feel your breath, feel you. This new you. You've found opportunities to strengthen while maintaining a slower, softer practice. Let yourself be overwhelmed with gratitude for you, for this gift that you've given to your body, this gift that you've given to your mind. This time on the mat, anytime you're on the mat, you become better. Nice big inhale. Slow exhale. Release your arms down. Sweep your arms up high. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold, taking it nice and gentle, hands to blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, let's lower down to a kneel. Bringing your knees down. Coming up and plant your blocks behind you by your feet. Now, maybe you use them, maybe you don't. We're gonna take 3 progressions of camel to get a little back strengthening in. We're gonna take it so light to start, and maybe that's where you stay for the following progressions. Or you always have the option to take it a little deeper as I cue it deeper. But let's bring hands to the low back, fingers down, fingers up if you prefer, or knuckles. Press your tailbone down, feeling that plate at the lower back, your sacrum really grounding that sacrum down. Roll your shoulders back and squeeze your elbows together. Now with your tailbone dropping down, hips pressing forward, hug your core in and inhale. Lengthen your spine as much as you can and look up and pause here. Now continue to breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hug your core in strong, bring your chin back to center, and then maybe you reach back for your blocks to sit back down onto your heels, or maybe you need to slide a block mid-height between your heels for a little support. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. We'll come back up. Removing that block, set it back behind you, lifting up onto your shins. And of course, I didn't say it, but you should know by now, you can always add a blanket under the knees if you need it. Hands to the lower back, press that tailbone down, zip your abdominals up, feel yourself hugging in, lift the heart up, inhale, look up. And now from this gaze, notice what you're looking at. Press your hips forward 1 inch, try to lift your heart 1/2 inch higher, and then maybe you send your gaze 2 inches back. And if that still feels good, maybe you go 3 inches back, but stop there. That's as far as you're going right here. Keep hugging in the core and notice your breath. Where can you breathe? Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, hug the core in, stay with it. Inhale into the back of the rib cage. Exhale, stay with it. One more breath here. Inhale wherever feels best. Hug the core in tighter, lift yourself up. Whoo, sit back. Gently grabbing for your blocks. Maybe you throw a block under your hips if you need. You can let the palms rest face up on your thighs and start to bring awareness to what this position is doing for you. How do you feel when you really open up that heart space? We have a tendency in life just to curve, to guard that space. We sit on the couch, we drive, we sit at desks. It's always caved in and guarded. So when we have to really open it, lifting it high, it can feel very vulnerable. How do you feel? Maybe you just feel a really nice stretch through the chest space. And if so, beautiful. We've got one more to do though, so take one more big inhale. Exhale, start to press yourself up. Maybe you take your blocks to your heels. Maybe you know you're skipping it. Hands to the low back, press the tailbone down, hug your abdominals in, lift your heart high, take a big inhale, press your hips forward, start to go back, take it back however far feels comfortable for you. Listen to your body, know when to stop. Maybe you reach for your blocks, maybe you reach for your heels. Keep lifting your heart up, lifting higher, like you're trying to get your heart space to touch the ceiling. Take one more big breath here. Inhale, hug the core as you exhale, hands to the lower back, lift up, and then gently sit onto your heels, palms up, 2 breaths to notice how you feel. We'll take a hip stretch in butterfly before we prepare to lay down for Shavasana. So start to sit to one side of your feet, leaning as far over as you need to. Bring the legs out in front of you. Now, before we come into butterfly, hinge back on your hands. Give yourself plenty of space to work with. Take a couple of windshield wipers, and maybe you want to shake out the legs. Feel free. Here's some windshield wipers, back and forth. Start to extend your legs straight. And now if you don't have much space, if you got a big baby in the belly, bring your legs a little bit wider, maybe even to the width of the mat here, so you have space to work with. I want you to grab your blocks, plant them to either side of you. Roll your shoulders back, press your hands down into your blocks to lengthen and sit tall. And of course, if this is not comfortable for you today, take one of these blocks and just sit on it. Get that elevation. Elevation in the hips makes positions a good bit more accessible. Take an inhale. Exhale. If you want to hinge forward, take one block out in front, plant it down, bring your hands onto it, and then maybe just walk that block down as far as you can go. Open the legs as much as you need to. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's come into that butterfly pose. So walk yourself back up, hinge back, give yourself space, bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide. Now, play with this. How does it feel if you bring your heels far away from the body and hinge forward? Maybe you want to bring your heels in as tight to the body as you can and hinge. Just notice the different stretch that occurs and settle where feels best. We'll stay in butterfly for one more stretch through the lower back. So slightly hinged forward here. Bring your left hand in front of your left shin, maybe to the floor, maybe to a block, and then sweep your right fingers up and over. Now, as you reach over, I need you to ground down into your right hip. So really press that hip down as you reach up and over. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bring your right hand out front as far as you'd like, and then we're opening back up. Sweep it back up. Inhale here. Exhale, close. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, close. Now we'll lift and stay. Inhale, lift. And exhale, swapping sides. Bring the body upright. Bring your right hand in front of your right calf, opening up through the upper spine. Inhale, left arm sweeps high, a few breaths to stay. Now, as you lift, I need you to ground back down. We don't want you to topple over to the side. Really press down into your left hip here. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, empty out the air, bring the arm forward. And then right away, just open right back up. Inhale. Exhale, get a little forward fold, melt down. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, fold, open, inhale, pause here. Take another inhale and bring yourself on up. If you need any final moves, now is your time. Otherwise, we're coming into our Shavasana. I want you to grab your pillows, setting back up. If you want a little more elevation. So I lay one pillow flat, bring the other pillow in front of it to really lift my heart space. You can also take your block underneath the flat pillow towards the top. You can take both blocks if you want under the pillows for that elevation. So again, we're gonna sit in preparation to lay down, but first roll to your side. Come all the way down to the forearm and then roll back, adjust as needed. Leg variation of your choice, arm variation of your choice. Find some position you are comfortable in. And if this elevation just isn't really working for you, if you're still feeling like you can't fully release and relax, take a fetal pose. Roll onto your side, giving yourself room for the shoulder to relax down, and hang out right here. Let the eyes close, get comfy, and as you close the eyes, imagine your bubble, your safe space, your warm, cozy space. Breathing in that warm air and letting go of anything stale, anything that does not serve you at all. We've got a few moments here, so settle in, and whenever thoughts pop into your mind, go ahead, acknowledge them, see them, but then let them release, let them pass by in whatever way works for you. And know that I will wake you when it's time. You have nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to be doing, but just being and breathing here on your mat. Enjoy your rest. I will wake you shortly. Before moving, take a moment to return back to the moment, to your body, to your breath if the mind wandered. And once again, see that bubble around you. Let it fill with just a beaming, bright, bright light. And fill that beaming, bright, white light with everything good that you need. With comfort, with love, with joy, with satisfaction, with contentment for everything you have in your life, with so much gratitude. And let that just pour into your skin, into your body, and let your body fill with all of those good things as well. And then begin to deepen the breath, intentionally breathing in something new, something good. Each inhale, breathe in joy, exhale, let go. Inhale, breathe in love, exhale, release. Inhale, breathe in so much gratitude. Exhale, let go, and start to wiggle fingers and toes if you haven't done so already. Start to maybe roll the wrists, rock the head side to side. If you're on your back, begin to roll to your side. And if you're on your side, just gently begin to press up to a seat. Finding a comfortable upright seat. Maybe you want to grab a block again. Maybe you just sit onto heels or sit cross-legged. Bring both palms flat over your heart space. And with both palms flat over your heart space, Let your eyes close and just feel that warm, thick air pressing in, knowing that it's filled with love. This is your space. This is where you can be you, no matter how you feel throughout the day. Take a moment to just thank you for your practice. Thank your body. Thank your mat. And then take a big deep inhale, breathe in everything good for you. Big deep exhale to let go. Gently, when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for this gentler flow, bit of prenatal flow there. Have a wonderful night.